the minister without portfolio. It was actually Jay Naidu in that first administration. So remember that the Reconstruction and Development Program. Yes, so that's what he was in charge of for 2 years up until they introduced Kia. So earlier on, I'd spoken about Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi being the deputy president. There was just another anomaly in that administration. But yeah, what are your thoughts?
EMK sanibonani. EMK kwasananje is mayizazi ukuthi miphi for yona ukuthi ize ingene Cyril ngo Professor Khawuchela. Mabamiyeke. EMK kwasanayo nje ayizazi ukuthi miphi.
Well, they are the official opposition, right? Seeing as how the DA is now in government. So you could argue that this is their duty.
I don't think it's true that he can just fire him. He can. The same way he can just appoint, he can just fire him without an explanation. We can't, I'm not sure if you get what I mean. If you can appoint without asking anybody, you can still fire him. If you don't, you're protecting him somehow.
100%. And it's actually not even firing him. It's just saying, hey, you're now redeployed to somewhere else.
Yeah, disappointing him.
Yeah. That's really what it is. So Mutles Kanga saying, yo, deputy ministers are actually not members of cabinet. Hence, they can't take over when the principal's away. But everybody serves at the pleasure of the president. And there's no reason required. 100% correct. So protecting himself against CR17, that's the story, basically. That's what he's doing this for. And then my dad just sent me a text as well saying, actually, the very same thing, that deputy ministers are not executives. So they're not allowed to act and step in. So, yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, and he also says there were 3 deputy presidents. The first one was Thabo Mbeki. Second one was de Klerk. And then the third one was Buthelezi. Buthelezi was first Home Affairs Minister when Madiba and Mbeki were overseas. And then Madiba made him act as president, but Jay Naidu was the one without portfolio. Yeah. Okay. Lots of anomalies there. Now, what are your thoughts specifically, right? Because let's say he had fired Minister Senzo Mchunu. He could also reappoint him at a later stage.
You see, that's what for me Nje just doesn't make sense. Uguti, we say, yes, we understand that deputy ministers are not part of the portfolio, right? Or the executive.
Yeah.
But if they serve at the behest of the president, why can you not just place him there?
Yeah. And also, if he was his friend, which he is, I would expect that they'd be able to have this discussion behind the scenes beforehand and then come out and say, okay, here's how we're going to play it. Right? So essentially, if I was Senzo Mchunu, he would have stepped aside voluntarily, which I always said, just to save the president from this entire rigmarole.